Hi, this is Nicole and welcome back to my channel. So this video is a collab and all the links and the playlist will be in the description below. So please check that out when you are done watching this video. So here are my 5 boy names and 5 girl names that I love, but Tyler and I will never be using. So I'm gonna start with the girls names because there's one name in particular that I absolutely love. I've loved since I was very young and am just now realizing that it was a name from my favorite cartoon when I was growing up, and that is Emily Elizabeth. And if you watched Clifford the Big Red Dog, you would know that the main character, the girl in that show, her name was Emily Elizabeth. And I always liked Elizabeth as the middle name, but it would just be Emily Elizabeth. But I cannot use Emily. Tyler has a sister named Emily. I have a first cousin named Emily. It is very popular, and there are already too many Emilys in my family, so therefore we will never get to use Emily Elizabeth. The next one is Aubrey. I think that is a very pretty girl's name, but I struggle with saying Aubrey. A lot of the time it is something that I have to very much think about when I'm trying to say to kind of pronounce it right. Therefore, I would never name a daughter that just because it takes so much thought for me to say it right. The next two names I absolutely love and think they are just adorable, and that would be Sophia and Lacey. But I kind of named my cats Sophia and Lacey, and I cannot see us ever naming our children after cats that we had, and we've had them for a while now. And my favorite cat, Lacey, I love her dearly, the most beloved cat I've ever had, and I just don't see us having a daughter and naming them after our favorite cats, because Tyler's favorite cat, Sophia, and mine is Lacey, so I just can't see us doing that. And the last one is Arabella. I think that is so cute, but that's a little too different for Tyler. He very much likes traditional names or something that just sounds simple. So it's not something I could ever convince him into. So now we're going to move into the boy names. The first one is the name that if Elena had turned out a boy, that's what she would have been named, and it is William. So we've just decided kind of, I think, that if we do have a boy in the future, we're just not going to go with that name anymore. We were going to do Elena Nicole for a girl and William Tyler for a boy. My name is Nicole and my husband's name is Tyler, so we were going to do that for the middle name. But I think if we have a boy, we're still going to probably do his middle name as Tyler, and a girl maybe Taylor. But we are no longer really wanting to go with that William name for a boy. The next one is Christopher. I've always just loved that name, but it's not something I could convince Tyler of naming a boy. He just doesn't really like it. The next one is Wyatt, and I have a list. That's why I keep looking down, because I can't remember them off the top of my head. I can't. So Wyatt, and like I said, Tyler thinks that one's a little bit different. So it's not something I could convince him of. I just know it's a losing battle, so I probably won't ever even try. The next one is Gilbert, and for me, this is kind of an out there, like a different name. I love Gilbert, but I also have a cat named Gilbert because I love it, and I never figured I'd have children and name my son Gilbert. Although I do love it, I'm not sure that it would be hard to convince Tyler to name our son Gilbert if we had a son in the future, but I do think it is kind of different, and the reason that I love it so much is because I'm a super fan of Anne of Green Gables, and the lead male character in there is Gilbert. I just loved him to death and have loved the name Gilbert ever since, but I do not see us naming a future son Gilbert. And Milo. Milo is another one I really like, and I could see us naming a cat in the future Milo. But I don't think it's something I could convince Tyler is a people name. I could convince him to let me name a cat Milo, but I don't see him, being okay with naming a future son that. Although I would, and I think it's nice. But Those are the 10 names that I really love, but for some reason or another, we would not be using to name our children that. So I would love to know names that you love and wouldn't use, or names that you did love and didn't end up using. I'd love to hear that or read it. I'm not going to hear it. I would love to read that in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out those links below. And thank you for watching. Remember, being weird is awesome, and normal is highly overrated because the weird ones are always more interesting.